Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
And I'm Maureen Akers. Welcome, Gary.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Absolutely. All right, Gary, our question this week is, how are medical bills paid in a personal injury case?
And of course, we're continuing on our Google search.
Yeah.
And this one would produce more Google results than probably anything else. It's
Really?
the most, it's just a lot of facets to this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about one facet this week, which is how do you pay your medical bills if you're injured?
Yeah.
You use your resources you have. You use your health insurance. The medical doctors, the facilities, the ER, the whatever, all those places want to get paid the way they routinely get paid, which is with your health insurance, and so you use it. So the question then is, what is my responsibility otherwise? Should I be saddled with all that responsibility? And that's what cases are about. The defendant is responsible for your medical care, but not as it goes along. So insurance companies will not front the money for you to see a doctor. They will not pay you as bills come due. They will not pay your out-of-pockets or your co-pays, and that becomes an issue. Now, there are good providers in our community who will help with those things and work with people, but it is generally just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and I hear people all the time go, well, the insurance company promised they would pay this and then pay my bills all along. As we said in an earlier show, get that in writing, number one, and have them define it, because they won't pay it.
Yeah.
And they want to pay in one lump sum, and you can't settle the case or take the lump sum until you know the full extent of what your medical is going to be and the duration and how it's going to impact your life. So how are medical bills paid? Well, that's part of it. There really ought to be three sections to this, Maureen. I've got this section, which is use your health insurance, use what you have. There are providers who will work with people.
Payment plans and such, right?
There are ways that, you know, and you can call a lawyer and talk about what your options are there. There are options out there. But the second phase really is, what are your obligations to your insurance company if they do pay, all right? And if you recover from someone else. So you may have reimbursement obligations. You may have subrogation, is a word we hear sometimes, you know, that they have a right to take from your recovery. And that's a whole nother section to talk about. And then the third thing to talk about, sorry I monopolized all this.
That's all right.
But it's how do we address this in court, which is completely different than the rest.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary. We'll see you in the next legal break.